Hey, hi, hello creatives, welcome back or to my channel. My name is Lindsay and today we are doing a very late, but that's okay, 2024 collections plan with me. And this has taken a while, but my supplies that I'm using is, of course, my collections journal, which is an A5 size, Archer and Olive, Tombow dual brush pens, the like a navy blue and a pink, my Unipin fine liners, the Furunosuke hard tip, some washi tape, stickers from the Four Bears subscription club, which I do have discount codes in the description for you, random ephemera and little pieces of paper and stickers from previous bullet journal themes, and just kind of pulling out a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of my scraps, some dictionary pages, craft paper, and I'm bringing back some stamps. I haven't used stamps in a while. And of course, the last few themes that I've been doing, I've been using my scrapbook paper, which isn't new if you've seen some of my recent videos. And I just kind of wanted these papers are something that I had picked out for this setup for quite some time. I have had this theme plus this notebook on my washer in my laundry room, because that's now where both mine and my husband's like hobby room is. And I've had this theme plus all of the like stickers and all that kind of stuff that I've wanted to use, or that I know that I'm using for this setup, has been on my washer for, I want to say, over a month. It's been a very long time. And, let me just explain what I just did there. For my 2023, you can see the tab in the top left corner. I went through all of the pages and kind of took off 1 square worth, or 1.5 squares worth of the side of the paper so that I could have a tab. I've done it for 2023. I did it again for 2024, and I'm really enjoying how to do that. Or I'm really enjoying like the journal with that like tidbit of, I'm just enjoying the tabs because it took me probably like 15 minutes to cut all of those strips and stuff off because it just wasn't working properly. The ruler that I was using was plastic, and the blade just kept going on top of the ruler. It was just a nightmare. It was a mess. And then that's why you saw that I ended up just using scissors. But what was I saying before? So I had the theme picked out for quite some time, about a month, and I kind of just went like the pink paper, scrapbook paper, as well as the like plaid paper is from leftover, I think it was July's plan with me, I think, in my bullet journal. So those are just kind of leftover, and then I pulled out the location, the country paper that has the countries all over it. That one right there. I pulled that out, and then there was another paper that I think I pulled out as well, that it was just kind of like, oh, well, these go. And then pink and blue were the colors that were kind of sticking out to me. So I just went through my stash and pulled out a bunch of pink and blue stuff. And that's kind of how this theme came about. I also, again, if you're not new here, but if you are new here, I'm in the era of using my stash. My word of the year is create, and I've been creating, let me tell you, because I've just been using up my stash and trying to catch up on all of the projects that I've wanted to start, and I'm finally starting them all, and it's just making me so happy. So I pulled out a bunch, like the flamingo pictures that you see in stickers, and then the pink door, all that kind of stuff. That is just all leftover stickers that I've had, or they're leftover Pinterest photos that I've put on sticker paper. So that's why I keep calling them stickers. But I printed them out on sticker paper, and they're just leftovers. And I'm just, again, trying to use up the stuff that I have. Instead of constantly trying to print out more things. I also think that that's kind of how I fell behind with YouTube before, of just having to print out everything and just kind of I don't know, when you feel like you're behind a lot, like it just gets overwhelming, right? So yeah, it's kind of nice to use up what I already have, that it doesn't take as long to get started. Mind you, I know I'm saying that, but we're August and I'm finally doing my collection setup, but it's just something that I want. I knew that I would kind of be behind on this. I mean, I had a baby in November. Again, if you're new here, I had a baby in November. So it's, yeah, I mean, life's, right? So it's just kind of, like there's so much that happens in that December, January months of like the planner world, journal community, all of that kind of stuff. And it's just, you can only do so much, like the balance of everything. And again, I had a newborn baby at home. So, and she was my priority. And again, I still like these pages. I meant to do a flip through of my 2023, but I might do that separately, just because maybe I'll do 2023 and 2024 at the same time, just because we're already August and there's a few things that I'm going to go back in and fill out for 2023. So I'll kind of probably do them both at the same time. And then just because there's a few things that I'd have to catch up on, shocker there, before doing that flip through. So yeah, I'll probably do like the 2 years combined come the end of the year. And I have been better at, like, I did go in and fill some of the stuff out after recording this video, which I'm very happy about. And there's nothing wrong with doing this later. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that don't want to start things because they don't want to go backwards. But then there's also a lot of people out there that like to have, you know, even by starting in May, June, July, August, whatever, that you still want to kind of go backwards and document the previous, like those previous months. And again, like it's not, you'll see that the spreads that I'm using, it's not crazy backdating stuff, because for the most part, I do have some of this stuff recorded in a different spot. It's just, this is something that I wanted to kind of keep everything together. What did I think about? There was already a new idea that I wanted to put on these pages as like, oh, I know. I think what I'm going to do after this, because obviously 2024 isn't over and I haven't started obviously doing anything for 2025. So I still have pages that I could use for 2024. I'm going to go ahead and use some of the pages, or like after this, I'm going to use it as like fall bucket list and a winter bucket list of like, you know, basically things that we want to do as a family and such, especially things that I want to do before going back to work and, you know, being no longer on maternity leave, which I'm very sad about. But yeah, when I go back to work in the middle of November, there's just certain things that I obviously want to do and such before going back to work. And I think I want to do like a to-do list and stuff, and like a bucket list of things that I want to do, obviously before going back to work. So I'm going to put that in like this journal itself, just because I don't want to put it in my bullet journal anymore, because my bullet journal I now use for just to-do lists and my money stuff. So anyways, my word of the year, as I worked on that, I say nothing about it and I apologize. I know there's so many YouTubers out there that explain exactly what they're doing. And I'm sorry, I just get talking and I just get talking. I just can't shut up. So I suck at explaining what I'm doing, but you can see there my word of the year is create. And I am, again, creating. I'm doing my things. I'm getting started on my projects, as I already mentioned, and it's so fun. And then the right-hand side here is just a quick little mood board, just because I like to, just a collage of the stuff that I'm using, because why not? I like to make pretty things and I like doing collages, and I feel like it's just necessary in most of my setups. It's just what I like to do. So you'll see there that the thing that I colored in was actually left over from a travel journal that I made for a girlfriend of mine that does obviously a lot of traveling. I made a travel journal for her that I made from scratch. I had the idea. I was inspired by the adventure book that I found here on YouTube, and they do a journal that has one page for every country, and then you fill out when you go to that country. So I kind of made my own just using I think it was a Leuchtturm notebook. And so there's just a few leftover things. I do have a flip through on my channel of that travel journal, which is very fun. But yeah, so that was just kind of left over. And then again, the pinky photos and the flamingo photos. The flamingo photos, I believe, was from a July 2023 setup, I think. And then the pink stuff is like a vintage pink, I think was actually April of last year. Oh yeah, but then as you can tell, I just had to cut off the tab because I went through and basically put a tab on all of the pages, and I didn't want that. I only want 2024 tab on the first page. So you'll see I kind of each time I do a spread, I cut it off after the fact. And then I just skipped a page there because it was for my vision board, and I'm still going to do it. And I feel like I want to, because I can still do a vision board for the remainder of the year. Even though it wasn't for the full year, I'm okay with doing a vision board for only like the last half of the year. And I think last year it had its own video for last year, but I printed a bunch of photos off of Pinterest. And I think for this year, I want to kick it old school and I want to pull out some of my magazines and do that. I've already started collecting a few things and I'm excited to do that. So I will be doing a separate video for that, and it will be like a traditional, vision board using like cutouts and stuff from a magazine. And then my year to glance, is it necessary to do this? No. Do I use this for anything? No, not really. But I like how it looks, and I like that if I'm, referring back to something in this journal, it can easily say that like when something happens or whatever, I know what that year looked like. I might go through and put a dot on all of the holidays just because that's kind of fun. But other than that, I don't really use that for anything really. Just because like, what do you put on it? Like, I don't leave enough room to put like events and stuff on it. And like, I don't know. I don't need to because I don't refer back to it, but I just like to have it in the setup itself. And then this one that I'm working on is new for this journal because there's a few things that I didn't take on from last year's setup. So for this year, this is a house to-dos, and I've separated it by bedroom. And there's just a few little things, like not like I don't want like nothing that's going to be like super expensive, but there's just certain things that we've already done for our hobby room that have already been kind of completed. But there's a few things that I now want to like finish, like all of the final touches. We're famous for starting house projects and then getting it finished to a point of where you're just kind of able to be like, where there's like a few more final touches that you can do, or like that you should do. Like there's a few final touches that, I just feel like there's a lot of people out there. I know we're not the only ones that as soon as you get done enough for it to be livable and still be pretty and nice, that you just kind of fall off of the project and go somewhere else. I mean, and that's not for everybody. I know there's a lot of people out there that just need to complete a project before moving on to the next one. But me having so many open journals that I have not finished and just starting projects constantly and then not finishing them, it is what it is. For our bedroom, for an example, we've done, I would say we're like 90% done. We still need to put, which I feel like for most projects with a bedroom, is the trim. But unfortunately, as soon as the trim is done, it looks so much better. But there's like one section in our bedroom that doesn't have trim on it. It doesn't have any of the caulking either. It does our trim. We bought the PAX system, the PAX wardrobe system from IKEA, and we built it we did it like a faux built-in along the top of the PAX to make it look like it's like a built-in to the wall, that we still have to like paint and then caulk all of the like the creases and stuff. So, I just, those things aren't done. So that's why I have that. So moving on, sorry, see, I talk too much. So I can't always explain what I'm doing and exactly what I'm doing. But anyway, so I'm working currently on my future log and stats. I love doing this page. I do put in, you'll see that I separate the bottom. I'm flipping back to my 2023 to kind of see my spacing. You can kind of see a glimpse there of how I used this in the past. I put birthdays on the month, and then, or like underneath the month is birthdays and events. So any like weddings, baby showers, all that kind of stuff that have happened. And then, or that's going to happen. I will go back because I have it all in my journals anyways. I will go back and kind of fill out the January to July. And then I've been taking my screenshots as I do of I take it the first of the month screenshots of all of my social media stuff to find out like my followers and subscribers and all that kind of fun stuff that then I put on the bottom there, that's separated by the washi tape. And I love looking back on this. I keep track. What did I keep track of last year? I did keep track of all of my subscribers, my Instagram followers, and then TikTok followers, which my TikTok didn't really go anywhere because I don't post a whole lot there. My Pinterest, which I really want to be better at, posting my bullet journal stuff onto Pinterest, because that's where I get a lot of my inspo, because Instagram just doesn't really work anymore. It works if you're going to watch reels, but other than that, it doesn't work for looking up pictures. Because if you search a hashtag, it's stuff that all has like 5,000 likes on it, but sometimes you want to find those smaller creators that post, bullet journal inspo and stuff that you can no longer follow. Like, the hashtags just don't work unless you follow them and they pop on your news feed of like new stuff that's getting that hashtag. But like if you search a hashtag, it just doesn't work anymore. So I want to be better now with Pinterest, because I feel like that is just the better spot to go for photos. And even that's kind of getting oversaturated with now reels and ads and all that kind of stuff. But still, anyways, I want to be better with Pinterest. And then I also, the bottom section there's enough lines, to add those 5 or 4 things. And then I add my views on YouTube and then my watch time. Because if you don't know, if you're not a part of the YouTube world, you need to have obviously 1,000 subscribers. I feel like most people know that, but you also need to have 4,000 watch hours within the last 365 days. And what I've never mentioned on the channel is that I lost my monetization because I didn't post for 6 months when I had my daughter, and the threshold. So even if you do kind of fall below that 4,000 hours, you still need to be posting at least 3 videos every 90 days. So if you didn't know and you're a YouTube creator, which by the way, thanks for watching, but if you're a YouTube creator, even if you're not a YouTube creator, thanks for watching. Like everybody that's watching right now and listening to me mumble about whatever the heck I'm talking about, thank you. But if you're a YouTube creator, you need to make sure you're posting at least 3 videos every 90 days, which is basically 1 video a month. And I have my mother-in-law and my girlfriend of mine both have YouTube channels. And if I didn't lose my monetization, they would have 1,000% lost theirs, because they just didn't know that. So yeah, if you didn't know that, now you know. And now even shorts count, because now they've just been posting shorts, and at least 3 of them in the last 90 days. And they're fine. Not like, because I had an email that was like, if you don't post blah, 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 you're going to lose your monetization. And at that point, I didn't realize it was 3 videos within the last 90 days. So I posted a video, but it still, it just didn't count because it needed to be 3. So anyways, moving on to the next one, which again, see, I talk too much, but so I did the future login stats, and now I'm working on my memory reel, which works the same way. I did a Dutch door situation and cut off the top, which I've seen many creators do, to basically make it so that there's that little flip through in the middle, and I only need to have 1 title, which is nice. I like only having 1 title for, especially these types of things. I penciled them in and I kept them there because I used them for last year. And then I decorated the corner. So I only put 3 months on a page. So each month I'll pick a favorite photo to put on this. The first person I saw to do this was Amanda Rachley, doing her year in Polaroids is what she started doing. And then I just call it a memory reel of photos throughout the through the year. And for 2023, for the most part, I think there was like maybe 1 or 2 months that it wasn't a full family photo, but for most of them, I want to say maybe 10 months out of the 12, I did a photo of like as a whole family. So the January to October, it was the 3 of us. And then November and December, it was the 4 of us. So that was fun. I like doing that. And I think I'll continue to do that because it's really fun, especially in the younger years when your kids are younger. Each month is such a big difference. So it's just it's fun to see. The challenge is that trying to get 4 people in a photo, but doing it portrait style as opposed to landscape is hard. And because these photos are all like I've mapped it out for portrait and not landscape, it's just difficult to try to make sure I have a portrait photo with all 4 of us. And I know I struggled with that for last year. And as much as I want to say that, I've tried to be conscious to make sure I at least have once a month, but months just disappear nowadays. Like I cannot believe we're already, right now I'm recording this voiceover and it's August 16th. And I'm pretty sure I recorded this video 2 weeks ago. So, here we are. But August 16th, I can't even fathom that, mainly because my son also goes to school in September. Here in Canada, they go to school in September. And that's like 3 weeks away. I can't fathom that. I'm just very grateful that I'm still home and I'll be home for about 2.5 months for that transition. But oh my gosh, that's just crazy. I can't, like yesterday was August 1st. What is time, really? Okay, so before I get emotional talking about my child going to school and just time slipping away, like my daughter's already 9 months old. Anyways, okay, what I'm doing now is I'm basically filling a lot of this page with like deco and ephemera and stickers and fun stuff because we're already 8 months into the year. Like, again. Anyways, we're 8 months into the year and this is my page for 24 things in 2024. Yeah, I know I'm still doing that page. I did it last year as well and I didn't get all of them done, but that's fine because this is just like an idea. And I say new things, but like, can I really come up with new things? I don't know. I mean, I started a new hobby technically because like I tried Animal Crossing for the first time this year, which I have not been back onto, but that was really fun when I played it the like 3 or 4 times was Animal Crossing. I technically started doing Lego builds this year, which is super fun. We bought a camper, so we've been camping in a camper, which is new for this year, which has been a highlight. We have been in that camper at least one night every single weekend since the July 1st long weekend. So Canada Day long weekend for us here in Canada. And we have been in that camper at least once over the weekend. And there's a few weekends in there that we were in it twice. So like super grateful for that camper. Oh my gosh. But was it smart to buy a camper while I'm on maternity leave and not getting my full wages? Probably not, but we're making it work because this is the summer where I have the time and we can just get up. My husband works for like a family business, or like his family business. It's owned by, his poppy and his parents. So it's really nice having that flexibility for him to take off time when, like, obviously when he's able to do so. And again, by being a family business, it's just so much easier that you don't have to be like, oh, I want to approve for time off. No, doesn't have to do that. So this has been the year to do this, and this has been the summer to do it. And I'm so happy we did because, again, we have been in that camper so often. I'm currently in it right now doing a voiceover because we have a small house and our children are unpredictable and our son gets up, and I just want to try to eliminate background noise. But of course, you're probably going to hear cars go back and forth. I try my best to get rid of it, but there's only so much I can do. And so, okay, again, trailing off. But what I'm currently working on is the period tracker, and I went in and put a dot on every single day, and I will go and make the dot bolder for when I'm on my period for that month. And I'm just kind of like, I'm a little salty because I'm breastfeeding my daughter, and I thought that I would be in the clear of getting my period back, but I got my period back so soon. I what was I, 4 months postpartum, I think. And I think it was February, November, December, January, 3 months. 3 months postpartum. And I got my period back. And I was very sad because I thought that I would be able to be like 6 to, I don't know, 9 months without it. I don't really know. I was wishful thinking. But that didn't work out for me. So yeah, so as of like January, I won't have one, but as of February, I'll have one. So now I'm working on a cozy hobby spread, and I have been recording stuff in my my habit tracker and my Hobonichi, as well as I have a daily like habit app on my phone that I've been recording this stuff on. And I've been recording for when I do certain things. So I do have a spot for when I'm playing the Switch, which again has been like 3 or 4 times this whole year. Scrapbooking or like / memory keeping, doing a Lego kit, doing a collage / like junk journal collage, doing a puzzle, which I actually do puzzling on my iPad, which is a lot of fun. And then making bracelets, which is another hobby of mine. So how do us folks that have so many hobbies balance it all? I would love to know, because like, how do we balance all of our hobbies and choose, especially those with kids, when you have from like 7 to 11 of your own free time? And like, how do you pick and choose the hobby you want to do? And it's just so challenging because we don't have that much time. So, here we are. And then moving on to my next spreads, which are my new movies and new TV for the year that I've been doing, or that I've been recording and like keeping track of. I've been using the Letterboxd. I think that's the app. Yeah, I've been using Letterboxd. I haven't been using it for new TV, but I haven't watched a whole lot of new TV. So there's really not a lot to put in there. But because I also record what we do in a day on in my Hobonichi, and I record it in the weeks section, that I know the TV that I've watched. So I'm going to go back, and in my 2023, I put just rewatched movies and new movies. But again, I'm on maternity leave. I watch a lot of TV during the day. I like to have it on in the background. I don't like a quiet house. So I didn't want to do rewatched. I've rewatched a lot of movies so far this year. So I just decided to do it for new movies and new TV. And I really like how this spread came out. Like, I like these spreads a lot. And I think actually in my Hobonichi, there's the my 100 at the back. If you're not familiar with the Hobonichi, there's a bunch of pages in the back of the book that kind of are like guided, not journal entries, but like guided pages that you kind of fill out, that they like give you that oomph to be like, put certain things here. Anyways, and one of them is my 100. And I want to fill that out with like 100 new media, new TV shows, new movies and stuff that we've watched. And like in 365 days to watch 100 new things is not as unreasonable. And like, maybe I'll fill it, like if I don't have that many like new movies and TV, maybe I'll put the like books there or something that I've read as well. But we'll see as I start to fill it out. And okay, so now moving on to, I think this is the last spread. Yeah, this is the last spread I'll be filling out today, which happened really quickly, but you'll have on the left side are my expenses. Last year, I used those pages, to keep track of our mortgage payments, hydro, our gas, and our taxes. So our mortgage stays the same. We put for a fixed rate for the 5 years. And so our mortgage is the exact same across the board, but our hydro fluctuates a little bit. Our gas fluctuates a little bit between the months. And I use this to kind of, on average, put money over into our mortgage account. So that's been really fun. And I just love seeing it over the year of what we've paid. And then our taxes are only 4 times a year, and just to kind of keep track of it there. And then I put our debt pay down of our line of credit on the right hand side. I failed miserably to use this last year, but I have high intentions to use it this year. And then I did flip over, and I do want to put in one more page that is like a budget overview, but I was done at this point. And I also don't know what that page is going to look like just yet. So I'll do it off camera, and then you'll see it when I do my flip through. But it's, again, my budgeting, so I probably won't show too much of it anyways, or I'll blur out the numbers just to kind of keep some things private. And again, I don't quite know what it's going to look like. I believe what I do for my monthly pages, I'll most likely do the same thing, just total it for all 12 months. But here is the final flip through of my 2024 collections journal, which I never mentioned, but I did get this idea off of Jess at Jashi Curran. She has one of these journal pages, or she has one of these collection books as well. So yeah, but if you made it this far, I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you like, comment, share, subscribe, all of the things. It means so, so much to me and helps this channel grow. And I'm just so very grateful for it. And I will see you all very soon in my next video. Bye.